Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! Good morning. Uh, don't know what I'm going to do with all my untold millions. Hmm, 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 hmm. Was there another shooting yesterday? I don't know. I woke up this morning and seen captions on the a shooting, and I don't know. Morning, junkyard. Morning, cornbread. I know you guys are going to get snow too in the Panhandle, I guess. So we got snow yesterday. All the schools were canceled in Lenawee County. So we got snow and ice mix. So, went to the doctor yesterday. Um, they referred me to a vascular surgeon. I have an aneurysm. I've had this aneurysm, I guess, for a long time. According to my x-rays, I've had it probably for 20 years. Well, now they're worried about it. So now I got to go see a vascular surgeon about it. I don't think they're really worried about it. I'm thinking they're looking for another paycheck. So, good morning, Kevin. No, I got to go see a vascular surgeon on the 30th at 2:45. It's 12 degrees here, mostly cloudy. It's still snowing here a little, but you know, it's not coming down like it was yesterday, but it's still there's still flakes of pollen. Every little bit helps. In all actuality, we do need the snow. We need the snow because if you don't have the snow during the winter, your crops won't be very good during the summer. So I'm the only one up. Everybody else is still asleep. Why is it dry out there in Oklahoma? Or just windy? Doctor's appointment? Yeah. Huh. Now, isn't Arkansas, isn't that relatively flat? Right, a popcorn part? Yeah. Well, what I'm saying, if somebody was in Arkansas and they found some sagebrush and they lit it on fire and there was a easterly wind blowing west, that could catch Oklahoma on fire. On the panhandle? Yeah. Evidently, nobody heard my question. Did anybody get? Was there another? Was there another ICE shooting yesterday? I said I woke up this morning and I seen headlines on the TV about ICE, another involved shooting. I didn't know if it was the same one they were been talking about for a week, or if it's a different one. ICE, baby. You see that guy with the 4-prong cane hitting the ICE vehicle with it, beating the shit out of the side of it? Well, when they got out, he started screaming disability. I'm a handicap. You was handicapped. Now your ass is arrested. Yeah. There was another shooting yesterday? Huh. Imagine that. Christ, at this rate, we're going to run out of bullets. Did this one get offed? Or just ventilated? You play stupid games or win stupid prizes. I don't understand this stuff. I had to run out of the road. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't cuss this time? Yeah, ventilate proof. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they ought to start doing to them all. Start shooting them all in the leg. That way they can have a great big old reunion at the end of the year. Yeah. You can tell the real diehard guy is the guy that limps with both legs. Yeah. A long way from the heart, you're right. Yeah. Get a little 380 or something like that, you know. Ow! 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 Yeah. At 25 than me. Yeah. I don't have to be faster than the bear. I just got to be faster than the guy that's going to get shot in the leg. Yeah. Oh, well, people. Now this union guy, he's complaining, screaming and hollering. The UAW says, that's not right. We're going to protect them. Well, they're going to protect them. But then again, I'm pretty sure he broke a work rule, harassing and bullying. So I can guarantee you that's what they wrote it up as, harassment or bullying. And there's no place for the harassment or bullying in the workplace. The guy, he might get his job back, maybe. But the way things are with harassment and bullying, they probably got a good case. So. Especially when you're working on the clock. I mean, hell, they fire people for saying shit on their own social media anymore. So why would you think it'd be any different if you said it while you were getting paid? Because let's face it, people, them guys weren't there for free. They were getting paid while they were there. Well, good morning, gorgeous. Yeah, the floggings will continue until the morale improves. You're right. Yeah. Anyways, I was talking to the doctor yesterday. I was there for 45 minutes before she even come into the office, into the room. And so she's going through, well, we have this that was done and this is, and how come you didn't follow up on this? I said, you act like I look at my chart. I don't. If somebody doesn't call me and say, hey, you need to take a test, just because you have me on my chart doesn't mean that I sit there and study that, because I don't. Love you too, Kevin. So she put it in her notes to give me a call whenever they do a test and they need me to do something else. I said that would be greatly appreciated, because I don't sit there and get on my chart. I don't read that. I'll get on it once in a great while, but hell, there's been times I got on it and found out I missed an appointment 6 months ago. So they're getting me a new rheumatologist, because the last one, when I went up to Jackson to Henry Ford Health up there, I was there. I had a 9:30 appointment. The doctor walked in at 9:45. Okay, I was supposed to be in at 9:30. It said for me to be there at 9:15 for check-in. So I was there at 9 o'clock when the doors opened. Did all that stuff. The doctor walked in at 9:45, which he was already 15 minutes late from my appointment. He walked in, and this guy probably stayed 5 or 6 feet away from me. And he said, put your hand out. So I did, like this. And he reached out with his hand, and he looked at my fingers on both hands. And he never got any closer than 4 feet away from me. His hair was all messed up. His eyes were bloodshot. So I knew this doctor was drunk, or still drunk from the night before. And that's what I told her. I said, I won't go back to him, because I already had another appointment, and I didn't go back to him because of that. So they got me a new appointment They're giving me a new doctor down in Toledo. And I said, that's fine. I'll go to him, but the next time I go to them, and if it's a different doctor, I'm not going anymore. Because rheumatologist, I guess, is one of the biggest turnarounds there is in the profession. If you have a rheumatologist as a doctor, you'll be lucky if you see them more than 2 or 3 times, because they get hired to go someplace else for more money all the time. What? Why'd you get up? You don't have to get up. The school's closed.
I understand that.
Huh?
What you got to do? Crawl over the top of Kevin?
Oh,
I can't take it anymore.
yeah. I couldn't either with the cat. Oh, I swear.
Oh, look. It's fun.
Huh?
She was laying like.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh. I got Saturdays like this.
Yeah.
Feet down by your feet. Always stretched. Like,
Yeah. Lengthways. Yeah. Yeah. She woke me up several times in the middle of the night. Good morning, Kim. There he is.
are you kidding?
No, he's up.
Go to bed.
Why hasn't he got a shirt on?
Because he's stripped.
Come on. I know they tell stories about me. Or are you talking about Kim? Morning, Dan. There we go. Huh?
He should not have got. He don't even get up.
I know. That's because you left and he wasn't comfortable no more.
Huh?
Yeah, he's alive. I told you, Skeeta. He's alive. Shut the door.
Get your orange juice.
Shut the bathroom door. Shut the bathroom door.
Well,
Thank you. I'll get you an orange juice if you want one. Where's your coat? Or your shirt?
I'm not dressing.
Yeah. I hear Pam's got a new job. I didn't want to get out of bed either, but the cat had better ideas. She knows when it's close to 5:30. And by the way, Junkyard, I was awake when you liked that video or whatever I sent you, that at 2 o'clock in the morning, your time. It was 3 o'clock mine. I was awake watching, looking at my phone when you did that. The astronauts are back. I never knew they were gone. Huh, welcome back. You seen me? Yeah. Yeah, I get up in the middle of the night. I can't go back to sleep, so I look at Facebook and scroll around until I get so damn tired I can go back to bed again. It was around 4 o'clock. I already checked the flash food. They had a bunch of steaks on today, but
Is your kitty out here?
she was. Huh? Why?
Because she was upstairs.
Well, she still might be upstairs then. Spirit, honey! Kitty, kitty!
Yep, she's down here. Why was you upstairs in my room?
How'd she get up there?
I don't know. I come downstairs, the door was open.
Huh.
I thought I heard the door open last night.
Huh.
Why was you in my room?
My little light was shining. This little light of mine, it's gonna shine. This little light of mine, it's gonna shine. My little light is always shining. I never shut Facebook off. So I never log out. I never shut it off unless, well, it might have turned on when I turned the phone back on, but I never log out or anything. That's just too much work to log in and out. Thank you. Anyways, I checked Monahan's. They had a bunch of good deals too, but I don't know right now. But I got problems with my refrigerator outside in the garage. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just too cold and it won't work. It's not, everything in the refrigerator is cold, and because it is cold out there, but the freezer part, it's not, it's 12 degrees out. So it's freezing, but it's not zero or below zero. So the stuff is partially frozen, partially not. So, but it's still cold. I mean, it's 12 degrees. So I don't know if, I don't think it's the refrigerator.
What's the mouth out for?
Huh?
What's the mouth out for?
Because I was using it for my coffee. You just leave it out. I'll put it up. No. But I think that's what my problem is. Hopefully not. If it is a problem, I gotta go out there and check today. If stuff is getting to the point where it's getting really thawed out, then I'm gonna have to open up the new freezer and forget about having a refrigerator. So So that's what's going on here. I might have to start moving stuff around, I guess. I don't have much in the refrigerator part. Mainly just like a case of beer, or yeah, I don't even know if there's that much out there anymore. Um, some butter, a pie. There's not a lot out there in the refrigerator part, but the freezer is almost full. So, well, this thing just is temperamental. So, Monahan's had a bunch of good deals in it. So, like I said, I was looking to see if they had more of them burger patties. If they did, I'd go back here and buy some of them, but they didn't. No. Hmm. It is. It's almost like going to Harbor Freight. How about just buying me a little mini fridge? I've had several of them. I have one of them two-door mini fridges. The freezer works fantastic. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. It's 5-Shot Thursday. The freezer part worked fantastic. The refrigerator part didn't work at all. And I didn't understand that because normally the freezer part is what cools down the refrigerator part. There's a tube that runs back in between the wall, and that lets the cool air from the freezer go into the refrigerator. So I stuck a thing in there, a piece of wire, ran it through, and it made it all the way through down to the bottom. So I don't understand why it wasn't doing it, but you keep your rods in it, yeah. Makes a good welding rod holder, yeah. Keeps the moisture out, humidity, as long as it's got a good seal on it. I don't know how many inches of snow we got. I think we got 3 or 4 at least. Let me see. Yeah. Light bulb keeps it warm in here. That's what we got for snow yesterday. No. Nothing like a warm. It was a lot better. The warmer. And that's the front. Got more than you did? Yeah. Cold days ahead. Huh. Well, it's safe to say I don't think the Rooker's going to be here today. So, I won't be here tomorrow or the next day. Oh, yeah. Should have put a vent. Is that the one that got ventilated? A shovel? That's a deadly weapon, man. Been a lot of people killed with shovels. Huh. I'd have put a hole in each one of them. Boom, boom, boom. I feared for my life. You know, you may not think so, but you get hit with a broomstick, that'll knock you for a loop. And if you get knocked on your ass and they continue to pummel you with that broomstick, you know, won't be very long before lights are out permanent. That's right. Calling me, truck. Purina, I got some stuff for you. I don't know. That's what I'd have done, I think. After they, you know, had a peekaboo hole through them, called the Purina, meat truck, and had them come pick them up. But that's just me. Well, we have really, really taken a few steps backwards in the last 10 years. That's what they need. It's hard to believe these people are protecting the people that they're protecting. Murderers, rapists, child abusers, drug kingpins or drug traffickers, gangbangers. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they all need to be playing Ice Ice Baby, yeah. That's what they need to do. All that Nick, what's his name? Nick Shirley. He's really getting in their nerves, isn't he? Seen last night on Waters where he had to have 4 bodyguards when he walked in to protect him because I believe if he didn't have them, they probably would have whipped his ass. And that one guy that was with him, those cars haven't moved in 8 months. Every day he takes a picture and they're standing in the same place. They haven't moved in 8 months. I know what they're going to say. Well, those are just extras in case they needed them. Sure. Okay. Yeah. That's right. Charge them federally. I heard something yesterday. I don't know if it's true or not, but that Pam Bondi is going to be out of the Attorney General and they're going to put in Trey Gowdy. I don't know if he wants to leave his being a senator, but or whatever, representative, whatever he is. But he is a lawyer. Or maybe they're going to make Trey Gowdy the Attorney General in Minnesota. Trey Gowdy. You know, the gray-haired guy. I know they're getting rid of the AG in Minnesota, so I know he ain't as good looking. You're right. What are you doing, Pumpkin? Huh? Spirit? What are you doing, baby? They're not coming today. She's waiting by the door for the girls. They're not coming. They're not going to be here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. No? Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. She can bring her own crackers too? Yeah. uh, I know what you're talking about. Oh man, Pumpkin. Nobody loves a kitty. She'll just sit there and stare at something for minutes and minutes and minutes. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah. Well, you know, if she doesn't bring them, you can always provide them. That's the least you could do. Would you like Townhouse or Ritz? Or Keebler? Saltines. Don't forget, I'll be here tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I know it's riveting conversation. And say 20, yeah, there you go. Anyways, I was at the doctor's yesterday. And she says, what medications? I'll ask you the medications and you tell me yes or no. I said, I got a better idea. Why don't I just tell you the medications I'm taking? She says, oh, you already know them? I said, yep. She said, what are they? I said, lisinopril, 40 milligrams, tramadol, and my muscle relaxer. She said, that's it? I said, yeah, that's the prescriptions. What about your baby aspirin? I said, yeah, I take that. But all the other stuff I don't. She says, why not? I said, I took that edema pill for years. My edema's no better. It's not helping me. It's not doing a damn thing for me. It's not clearing it up. It's not making it any better. As far as I'm concerned, it's not worth it. I said, all this other medicine that you had me on, I feel a lot better now than I did when you had me on it. She said, well, if you feel better, then stay off of it. But if you start to get where you need, you're not feeling good, let me know so we can put you back on some of this stuff. So, well, if I start to feeling bad and I don't think that I'm getting better, then I'll just continue using what I have. I have a bunch of it. So, time release melatonin, yeah. So, she said that's fine. So she took a bunch of medicines off the list. Are they? Huh. Well, when you don't get along with one of your players, or the player has an attitude towards you, it doesn't make a difference if you're the best coach in the world. The team owner is going to get rid of the coach before they get rid of the best player. So, yeah, not part of it. They're making vitamin D whole milk now. Go back to school. When I was in school, we didn't have 2% milk. We had whole milk, and then on Fridays you could have chocolate milk or whole milk. When I was in school, we didn't have 2% or skim milk or anything like that. And I can't remember, but I think back then, in the little boxes, yeah. I think it was like 10 cents or 15 cents box of milk. Hell, I would drink 4 or 5 of them every lunch. But they're making it now that whole milk, because you're not getting the nutritional value from 2%. We buy 2% here too, but I like whole milk. I do like it. Oh, you had to buy it out of a milk machine? No, we just, when you walked up to the cafeteria, they give you a green chip for your meal, and then a red chip if you wanted milk, extra milks. So I would buy, a few extra chips for the milk, and then, like I said, I'd drink 4 or 5 milks with my lunch. And when you went over to the milk station, you'd get one with your lunch, and then you'd give her 3 or 4 or whatever, how many chips you wanted, and then she'd give you the extra milk. You had a machine in the hall? We never had that stuff. I know some kids, when I went to school, at other schools had smoking lounges for kids. You had to be 18, but you could smoke in the smoking lounge during your, break or whatever. We never had any of that. What?
What kind of school did you go to?
What?
Bullshit.
We didn't have a smoking lounge.
Ah, we did.
I know, but there is schools that did have smoking lounges for kids. Back in the
Get out.
back in the 70s. Yeah, I had to go to the bus barn. We had to go to John and open up the window. Yeah. That's where we had to go.
We didn't have chips to get extra milk or nothing. We had to pay for our stuff.
I know you had to pay for it. It was like 15 cents for an extra milk, so I would drink 4 or 5 milks a day.
We get no free lunch.
I know.
No.
All kids get free lunch now. And it should have been that way to begin with.
What are you doing?
Yeah, they didn't have tampons in them either. That's right.
Yeah, it's not lunchtime. Go on. What? Go. Oh, wish your dad was out working.
You just started.
Uh,
Yeah,
I hope you did hear it.
you're right. When
It's very beautiful.
we went to a country school, and you could walk out in the parking lot, the student parking lot, and there would be pickup after pickup after pickup with shotguns in the window. Nobody blinked twice about it. Nobody said a word about it. A lot of these kids, they would leave school and go hunting, or they would come to school after going hunting first thing in the morning. If they had, their first hour was study hall or something, so they didn't have to be to school till like 8 o'clock. And they would go hunting in the morning while it was still, for an hour or so, and then come to school. Huh. What are you looking at? Pumpkin?
She went upstairs.
Yeah? Would you
She
upstairs?
stared at her face. Somebody must have opened it because she can't.
What are you doing?
You tried accusing me of spirit. Huh? You're innocent, aren't you? Yeah?
As a day is long, she is. Poor girl ain't got a bad bone in her body.
Uh-huh.
That's right. If you
She's an
scored,
instigator.
yeah, you were late to school. So
She likes to instigate with these kids.
they're not coming, honey. Gretchen and Harley are not coming.
And I don't like these other children. They're not fun.
You know.
And I don't like Steve Marker.
That was one thing you never did in the military was put your cigarette on the ground and not pick it up. They caught you doing that shit. Oh, that was a naughty thing. You always field dressed it and put it in your pants pocket or your side pocket on your leg. Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
Said I've had a hard night. Sorry.
She had a hard night. She kept me up most of the night.
Hear it? You don't want to hear it?
Tuckered. She's tuckered.
You want these kids to go home? Oh,
Damn right she does.
good. So Vanna hates snow days.
She said, not as much as I hate them.
Well, Mother messaged Naya
Yeah.
at 6 o'clock. Telling her no school.
Yeah.
I said, I don't think you're the adult here, right?
Uh-huh.
So I didn't get any message until I got up and seen it on there.
Yeah.
So
Well, even on Lenawee closing, the school closings didn't have it. Somebody had to put on there themselves that, Adrian closed.
So I'm gonna ask him, should I, since there's no school, should I start thinking that you guys are going to, someone's gonna be home to watch it?
Yeah. I bet you she never even went to work.
Oh.
Roads are too bad.
An hour and 45 minutes
Yeah,
that took her to get home
right?
from an hour.
The roads are slick around here. They were.
They said that they're bad this morning still.
Snowplow was out here at 10:30 last night.
What don't matter.
No.
That got to do with anything.
Well, I don't know what he was doing, if he was even, salting or sanding or whatever, but doesn't look like they come down our road, but they went down Bristol. Yeah. Used to be able to smoke in the hospitals too, years ago.
After I had Junior.
Yeah,
After I had Junior, I went down and smoked.
yeah, in the lobby.
Got the others.
Yeah.
They quit it.
Used to be able to smoke in airplanes too. So, tell you a quick story. I was working for Laidlaw Waste Systems, and they sent us to Massachusetts. So we're flying into Boston, okay? 6 of us from Adrian that's flying into Boston. And the reason why we're flying into Boston is because unemployment in Massachusetts was 2% at the time. McDonald's was paying $11.50, and this is back in 1987. McDonald's was paying $11.50 an hour to flip burgers. The garbage company was paying $10 an hour to work. You didn't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that you were not going to be able to hire anybody for $10 an hour when they could flip burgers for $11.50. So this is in 87. So there's like 6 of us. And we're in the smoking section. And right in front of us is an old man with a heart condition. Simple math. It is simple math. An old man with a heart condition. And he flags the stewardess, and she comes over, and he says, could you ask these people please to stop smoking? I have a heart condition. I had a heart, surgery, and the smoke's really bothered me. Well, she asked us, and I said, yeah, no problem. It was only a 3-hour flight, and we were probably on 45 minutes into it already. So I quit smoking, and so did another guy in the seat right next to me. But the other guy at the end, his name was Gene. Gene's gone now, but Gene said Gene was a black feller. He was a good man. I'd known Gene for 20 years. And Gene said, hell no. I don't think Gene had ever been in an aeroplane before. And I think it scared the shit out of him. So Gene said, nope, I paid for a smoking seat and I'm going to smoke. And they said, sir, we're asking you please to refrain from smoking. I understand you're in a smoking seat, but the captain has turned on the no smoking signs. He said, I don't give a shit. I'm smoking. Well, this happened for about an hour and 20 minutes, him arguing. And then he started blowing smoke into the old man's face. Well, right about then, we landed. And we got out of the airport, and we're sitting there waiting at, the entrance. And the general manager of the garbage company out there pulls up. He said, okay, which one of you guys did all the trouble? And we said, what are you talking about? He said, I've already gotten 3 phone calls from the airline, and then the owner or the CEO of the company that we work for has already called them. Ooh. And then Gene said, why, what was supposed to have gone on? Said somebody refused to quit smoking. And Gene said, well, that was me. He said, that's great. Thanks a lot for telling me. Now, you might as well turn around and go right back in there, because we're going in to get you a ticket going back to Michigan again. You're done. You're not working here and you're not working there at home. We're flying you home right now. You better find yourself a ride home from Detroit to Adrian, and you no longer work for this company. And from what I understand, that old man sued and he got himself a hell of a big chunk of money. Not only from the airline, but from the garbage company. Yeah. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. Have a blessed day, everybody, and take care. We will see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. The Life of a Garbage Man. Have a good one, everybody.